What is up YouTube? Aztec here, bringing you another video. This video is going to be a tutorial, a guide, showing you guys how to get Pokemon from the Kanto and Johto region and transferring them over to Emerald. That way you can obviously breed and raise them. On my live stream, people are always asking me in the chat, how did you get a Gengar, how did you get a Snorlax? This video is going to show you exactly how. The first thing you're going to notice is I'm playing Ruby. Ruby's up on my ROM. Ruby is on my emulator right now. There's a cheat code that allows you to capture Pokemon from Kanto or Johto, any Pokemon from the Kanto or Johto region, but it doesn't work in Emerald, so you have to download the Ruby ROM. Wherever you downloaded Emerald from, I go to coolrom.com. They should also have the Ruby version. So download the game, load it up on your emulator. You don't have to advance too far in the game. I'm in Oldale Town right now, so after you get your Pokemon, defeat your Nemesis, all that good stuff, go to Oldale Town, and as soon as you're here, the very first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys a cheat code. This is the Master Ball cheat code. The reason we want to use the Master Ball is because it saves us a lot of time, and you don't have too much money to start off to begin with, because you just started the game, so you don't have too much money to spend on Pokeballs. So we're gonna come up here to utility. In the description I have all the cheat codes that we're gonna be using. The very first cheat code we're gonna enter is the master code. You're gonna click on add new. I'm clicking on edit since I already have it, but you click on add new. Copy the code in the description, the master code. Copy it into the first box, and then you're gonna name it master. Make sure it's code breaker, and click OK. It's gonna show up as a question mark. That's totally fine. It's still gonna work. Then go ahead and click on add new again. Copy and paste the Master Ball cheat code in the first box. Name it Master Ball. Game Shark. Click OK. Now we're gonna go ahead and check the Master Ball cheat code. Click OK. The way this one works, if you guys saw my other video with the Emerald cheat codes, you know that you have to go to the Pokemart, talk to the lady, she gives you one at a time. In Ruby, it's a lot better, it's a lot simpler. You just go to your personal PC, item storage, withdraw the item. And the cool thing about the Ruby version of this cheat code is that you can withdraw as many as you want. It's not one at a time like an Emerald. So I just went ahead and withdrew 20. And alright, so we got our Master Balls. Go back into your cheats, make sure you disable it. We don't want to have multiple cheat codes enabled, especially when you're not even using them. For this next cheat code, this is the any Pokemon cheat code, that's what I decided to name it. Look in the description, there shall be a link, and that link shall take you here. On this page, we have all of the cheat codes for all the Pokemon in the Kanto and Johto region. It also includes the Hoenn Pokemon, but I haven't actually tried these, so I'm not sure if these work, but I know for sure that the Kanto and Johto Pokemon do work. So look for the Pokemon that you're trying to capture. I want a Charmander, so Charmander's code is right here. Look for whatever Pokemon you want. Copy the code. Copy it. Come back into the emulator. You're going to click on add new. I already have my cheat in there. Paste the code in the first box. Name it any Pokemon. That's just what I decided to name the cheat code. Action replay. Make sure it's action replay. It's not code breaker. It's not Game Shark. It's action replay. Click OK. Now go ahead and check the box. Now after we check the box, you're just going to run in the grass and look for your Pokemon. Or not, you don't have to look for it, but, and there we go. So pretty much it's 100% guaranteed that as long as you have the cheat enabled, that Pokemon that pertains to that, or the cheat code that pertains to that certain Pokemon, it's going to show up 100% of the time. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. You want to capture the female version of the Pokemon. Female. Well, if you're trying to raise that Pokemon, so you want a female version. I'll explain why in further detail in another video. That's going to be in my Road to Level 100 series. I'll explain why. But for right now, capture the female version, or capture both if you want. But if you're trying to raise that Pokemon, make sure it's the female version. If you're just going to use it for breeding purposes, then the male. But if just to be safe, capture both. Let's just say that. Let's just capture both. So capture your Pokemon. I just want the female version. I'm not going to look for it. I already have it captured just for the sake of time. And I don't want to waste too much time looking. What if I would have gotten 10 males in a row? It'd be really annoying. So after you capture your Pokemon, disable the cheat. Disable the cheat code. And save your game. Alrighty, so I just saved my game. Go ahead and exit the emulator. Now, this is obviously specific to every individual. Wherever you have your emulator saved, I have it in a certain folder on my computer. It has its own folder, no cache. Wherever you have your emulator saved, locate the file or locate the folder, and you're gonna go into the battery folder. Let me delete this really quick. For you guys, it should look like this. So you should have your Emerald save, and you should have your Ruby save, and any other games. But look for your Ruby save. You're gonna right click, copy it, then we're gonna paste it. So now you have two Ruby saves. You have the original and the copy. With the copy, you're gonna select it. We're gonna rename the extension to .sv2. It's gonna ask, are you sure you want to change it? Yes. Alright, so now we have our Emerald, our Ruby original, Pokemon Ruby.sv2. The reason we're doing this is we're gonna open up the emulator and we're gonna ask it to open up two games: the Emerald ROM and the Ruby ROM. The Emerald ROM is gonna load up normally; it's gonna work perfectly. The Ruby ROM, if we wouldn't have done this process right here, if we would have just left, if we would not have copied and pasted and just left that as Pokemon Ruby.sav, it would load up a new game, and we don't want to do that. Obviously, we don't have to. You don't want to have to repeat this entire process. It's gonna be annoying. Just follow the instructions. Make sure that you copy and paste. Rename it to .sv2. And after you've done that, go ahead and open up your emulator again. And this time open up Emerald. I'm gonna go ahead and disable the sound and speed up my emulator just for the sake of time. Alright, so we have Emerald opened up. Now, to open up Ruby, we're gonna go into File, the very first option, Cartridge menu, the files.lst, this one. Down here at the bottom where it says All Machines, you're gonna select Second Machine. Then you click on Directory. Select Ruby this time. And there we go. No Cache opened up two games for us. We have Emerald on the left, Ruby on the right. Now before we do anything, we have to change the controls. Currently the way it stands right now, the emulator has the same controls for both the game on the left and the game on the right. We don't want that, obviously, because if you were to click whichever key you have as your A button, I use Z. If you were to click Z, they're both set to Z right now, or up and down. They have the same controls, so the emulator is not going to know which one you're trying to access. So we have to change the controls. Go into Options, Control Setup. You're going to leave Player 1 the way it is. This is the one on the left. This is fine. Player 2 is the one that needs to be changed. So up, I'm going to use P. Down, I'm going to use period. Left is L. Right is semicolon. C, V, apostrophe, and enter. So now we have two different controls, two different sets of controls. Click OK. So click A on both of them. And there we go. My Emerald game, I already have it set up for you guys. I have an egg ready to be traded. Ruby. Oh crap, wrong one. I'm using the Emerald controls. It's kind of confusing, but you'll get the hang of it. There we go. So I have my two Charmanders. I'm gonna trade over one. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up the trading link now. Speak to this lady in Emerald. Yes, I do. Alright, now for Ruby, go into the Pokemon Center. Speak to the lady in the middle. Yes, I would. And there we go. The link is confirmed. And that's it. Same thing, the exact same setup. If you guys ever traded on a handheld, it's the exact same thing, exact same process from here on out. I'm gonna select my egg to trade. Over here I'm gonna select Charmander. Yes. And there it goes, guys. Nothing too difficult, nothing too complicated. Just go ahead and follow the instructions exactly the way I'm giving them to you guys, and you should have no problem. So now we have Charmander and Emerald, and from here on out, it's just business as usual. We're gonna take it to the breeding center or the daycare, whatever you want to call it, and From there, we're just going to make it hatch with the proper moves. But this is going to be a completely different video, its own video. I just wanted to show you guys how to get the Kanto or Johto Pokemon, because what if you wanted to raise a Pokemon, but obviously you can't get it in the Hoenn region. So I just wanted to make this video first, show you guys exactly what I do. Let me just go ahead and exit out of this now. Yes. I just to prove that it worked, that it saved in Emerald. Let me go ahead and do this. Let me exit the Pokemon Center. I'm gonna save the game like this in Emerald. It doesn't matter in Ruby, you don't have to save the game, just the one that matters is Emerald, obviously. Alright, so I'm going to exit the emulator, open it up again, load up Emerald, and there we go. There's our saved game with the Charmander in our party. Alright, so you just repeat this process for any amount of Pokemon you want. If you want to capture 6 Pokemon, trade them all. Trade all 6 over into Emerald. This is exactly what you do. One quick note though, when in Ruby, the way I showed you guys, whenever you save your game, every single time you save your game, you have to, and you want to trade, you have to come back into the battery folder. You have to delete this SV2, and you have to copy and paste a new one and rename it SV2. So basically, every single time you save your game in Ruby and you're ready to trade, you have to come into the battery folder, delete the SV2, and then copy and paste the SAV and make a new one. Alright? Or else if you don't, what's gonna happen is the emulator is gonna load the old version. It's gonna load this version, and we don't want that. So every time you save the game, like I said, for the 3rd time, make sure you just copy and paste, rename it SV2, and that way it'll load the most current saved version of Ruby. And that's it, guys. Nothing too complicated. Simple stuff, you know, just got a few tweaks here and there into the emulator, but that's it. So in the Road to My Level 100 series, I'm going to show you guys how to breed it now, you know, how to breed it with another Pokemon so it can learn a move, how to raise it, how to EV train it. So in this video, like I said, I just wanted to show you guys how to obtain a Kanto or Johto Pokemon, import it into Emerald. Hopefully this video helped you guys out a lot. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, if it helped you out. Tune into the live stream. And that's about it, guys. If you have any questions, comments, the YouTube comments are there. Go on my Facebook page. You know, drop me a message or whatever. At me on Twitter. All my social media info is up on my channel. And that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Till next time.